Why do you want to scale to 50 people?
Because I know the power of this group that I've curated, and we get together twice a year in person. And so there was 8 of the 11 just 2 weeks ago. But I envision a room, with way more people than that, like, your intensive gathering, connecting.
So you didn't answer my question. I said, why do you want to have a bigger group? And you just gave me some details about what bigger groups are like. I'm looking for something that has you go, oh my God, Rich, let me tell you why. You need a mission so big that nothing will stop you. Some of you heard this story before, but it was 10 years ago, 2014. I had a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. No, he wasn't even one. And I get a phone call from a random stranger. And he says to me, I didn't know this guy. It was back in the day when you actually picked up a phone when a strange number comes through. Now who picks up a phone if a phone call comes through? And he says, hey, Rich, my name's Robert. You don't know who I am, but don't put the phone down. I know who you are. And I'm taking a group of coaches to Liberia. It is the 3rd poorest country on the planet. And we're going to go and take clean water filtration system to villages who've never had clean water. And there are a group of girls who got forced into prostitution because of economic necessity by their families, actually. But then they've been taken off the streets and they're in a school. We're going to go and teach at that school. And I'm going to go and empower a group of teachers. Here's what happened the moment he said that. I was in. I didn't know this guy. I'd never met him. Didn't know what he was talking about. I was in. We had some further conversations. It turned out what I had to do was enroll a group of 10 coaches to come with me in my cohort. There are going to be 4 other leaders doing this. So I did it. It was the hardest enrollment I've ever had. Loads of people said, I'd love to come, Rich. Timing's bad. I'd love to come, but I'm a bit scared. But I did it. I enrolled 10 people. And a few weeks later, I called him back and said, Robert, we're good to go. Let's go. And he says, I'm really sorry, Rich. It's not going to happen. Because the other 3 leaders, they can't fill their groups. Diane, I knew that there were girls who'd been forced into prostitution who had a chance to learn from some people like me. I knew there were villages where they didn't have clean water. They would literally die if we didn't get this water to them. And there were teachers that we could empower with some of the tools and passion and vigor that we can bring, that I know how to bring, would change kids' lives for generations. I wasn't going to let this be a no. I said to him, Robert, I'll enroll these people. And I did whatever it took. It was hard. It was the hardest enrollment I've ever done, and I'm good at enrollment. I had to enroll people now with like 4 or 5 weeks notice. That was it. To give up their entire life, put their business on hold, leave their family behind, and go to a poor country, which, when there's a lot of poverty, can be dangerous. And Ebola had just broken out at that time. I enrolled about 30 out of the 40 people who were going. And we went. You know why we went, Diane? Because I said we'd go. Nothing would stop me. When you can bring that kind of power and energy to whatever you create in the world, nothing will stop you.
I know, I'm crying.
I see you.
I get it. I get it, Rich. I get it. When I launched my association 14 years ago, I had that passion, and 165 women joined in the first year. And so I feel what you're saying, because I was on a mission and a movement. It was a movement to change Christian women entrepreneurs' lives. So thank you for reminding me that it's more than just, it's not my ego. This is about gathering together and changing the world. Ass-kicking Christian women.
Yeah. Get back in touch with the mission that moves you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being real.